The uncollectible. A journal entry is made to cancel the uncollectible account. This entry cancels the uncollectible amount from the general ledger account, accounts receivable, as well as a customer account in the accounts receivable subsidiary ledger. Canceling the balance of a customer account because the customer does not pay is called writing off an account. In this problem, we are going to record the entries related to uncollectible accounts receivable. The journals are selected below. Number 1, journalize the following transactions completed during November of the current year. Use page 15 of a general journal and page 24 of a cash receipts journal. So the first one, on November the 2nd, you wrote off Davidson Corporation's past due account as uncollectible, 849, memorandum 245. Excuse me, these will go in the general journal when it's a memorandum. So we'll put, I need that on there, November 25th. And we are going to write off the account. So the account we debit is allowance for uncollectible accounts. The document was a memo 245, and it was for 849. And then we will credit accounts receivable Davidson Corporation for the same amount. Okay, the next transaction says you wrote off JGF Industries past due account as uncollectible, 2488. Again, it's a memorandum, 247, so we will record that into our general journal. 2488. I think I'll copy and paste that. I'm sorry, I have the wrong date on that. That was the second. This is the third. Again, you will debit allowance for uncollectible accounts, RAM 247, and then we will credit accounts receivable JFG Industries for the same amount. See, we're doing number 2 right now. Or we're doing number 1, I guess we're journalizing. Number 4, wrote off Samsung Company's past due account as uncollectible. This will look just like the other ones that we've had. We will debit allowance for uncollectible and credit our accounts receivable. This was on the 4th. I forgot what memorandum it was. 251. And accounts receivable. I believe it was Samsung, wasn't it? Nope, it was Lynch. Yeah, it was Samsung Company. Excuse me. Okay, so you're actually just writing off the account. This is how the entry will be. Debit allowance for uncollectible accounts, credit accounts receivable. On the 14th, receive cash in full payment of Lynchburg's account previously written off as uncollectible. The amount, you have a memorandum and a receipt. So this tells you that you need to record it in both journals. First, in the general journal, you have to put it back into the account, and then you'll actually pay it off in the cash receipts journal. So this is the 14th, and we will debit accounts receivable, and it was Lynchburg, and the memorandum was some number. Let me see what it was. 258. Okay, good. And there's the amount. We will credit allowance for uncollectible accounts. And then we will come down here, and on the 14th, whoops, sorry, I think it's November. We will put in the company name. The document number will be the receipt number, which I don't remember. Receipt 415. There we go. It will go on accounts receivable credit and cash debit. And our last entry we have, it says receive cash in full payment of JGF Industries account previously written off as uncollectible. This is the amount. And then it gives you the memorandum and the receipt. Remember, the memorandum goes into the general journal, and then you write off or when they are paying it off, it goes in the cash receipts. The date was the 29th. Need to put it back into the account. It's J, yeah. It's 261. And then allowance be the credit. And we will come down here on the 29th. Will be JGF Industries receipt 429, accounts receivable credit, cash debit. Alright, so that was instruction number 1. Instruction number 2 says to post the general journal entries to the general ledger, and 3 is post each entry to the customer's account in the accounts receivable ledger. So we're going to worry about the general journal entries right now. So looking at these entries, we are going to post them into the general ledger. So accounts receivable, this first one is on the 2nd. It's for $849. There's G15. Since it is a debit and credit, we will need to subtract 49.58 minus 849, 41.49. It was 091. Yeah. All right. And then we'll check 1130. Put it here. And then we'll post it to accounts receivable. As a credit. Since it's a credit and a debit, we have to subtract. $49,299, but it'll still be a debit. And we'll put 1125 up here. And then Davidson Corporation. Second. And in here you want to make sure that you write the words written off. It's G15, and is it a credit? And then this would be a 0. And you'll come up here and this should be 110, not 120. There it is. Alright, so that is how you post them from the general journal. I'm going to go ahead and skip it because I'm running out of time on the QuickTime, and I'm going to show you, well, I'll do the next one. Allowance for uncollectible accounts. See if I have time. And this amount was the 3rd for $24.88. journal page the same. And then again, we have a debit. We will subtract. $16.21. And then accounts receivable. There was it, the third. Again, subtract. $46,811. And then we'll put it up here in Lynchburg. I thought it was Lynchburg. I'm sorry, JGF. Written off. G15. 88. 120. Okay, then I'm going to jump down here to this one where we have to add it again because they are actually going to pay it. So I'll do their account first. It's on the 29th. And you would put the words reopen account, still G15, it'll be 2488, so 2488. And then when they would go to pay it off, like here, you would post it as just the 29th. And this one is CR24 for cash receipts 24, 2488, and 0. And then you would put 120 here. So that's just a really quick way of showing you how to journalize your entries related to uncollectible accounts receivable. When you think they aren't going to pay, you write them off, and then actually when they pay, what you have to do to reopen the account. I hope it helped. Thanks.